Welcome back to Learn SKN, and today we have another video for you. Today we have the May-June 2015 Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, or CSEC Geography. So we have a CSEC 2015 Geography Paper 1. So let's just jump into it, and of course the first thing we start with is this map right here. So items 1, 2, and 3 refer to the following map extract of Golden Grove, Jamaica and its environs. So the first question asks, what is the grid reference of the school in Golden Grove? And you see the school is labeled as SCH, and right now we're looking for a 6-point reference, grid reference. So we have to go and look for Golden Grove, so it's right here, and then we have the school that's right here. So we come down, look at this one first, look at the Eastons first, and so that's 27, and one thing we can get the answer right there. So the answer is A, 27, because you don't have to go any further. Only one here is 27, and so it's 27, but to go further you go somewhere in, because it's 6 points, so it's 27 and about 3, and then you come across to the northerns, which is 42, so it's right there, 42, and you go up about 6, so it's 42, 6, so that's A. Number 2, the general direction of Portmore from Golden Grove is, and so you look again at the map, and this is Golden Grove, this is the port, so it's basically going west and south, so it's southwest. So number 3, the bearing of the main road junction at Golden Grove from the main road junction at Arcadia Junction near Eastons 24, so you have to look at Eastons 24 first and foremost, is approximately, and so you see this highlight from, so it's from the main road junction of Arcadia, Eastons 24, so we have 24 near 24, and so we go up here, so here's the junction, and so we're looking at the junction again for Golden Grove, and so we have the best answer here being 0.045 degrees, so that's A. All right, 0.45 degrees, so that's A. Number 4 and 5 refers to this diagram right here, and the question asks, what is the form of the settlement in which the church is located? So the church is right here along this main road. I want this main road here, or this road right here, and so the clear answer is a linear, because it's straight across. It's not scattered or anything. It's a linear. Church right there, it's linear. Number 5, the feature passing through P is a, and so we're looking at P, that's P, and look at the key right here, and so you see the canal, so the best answer here is C, the canal. Number 6 to 7 refers to the following world map. Okay, what is the location of St. Petersburg? What is the location of St. Petersburg? And so the best answer is D, 60 degrees north to 30 degrees east. So St. Petersburg is right here, and so we're looking at, it's in the north, so it's right there, 60 degrees north, right, and then we have right there, and then we have 30 degrees to the east. All right, so 30 degrees to the east. So this is 0, this is the Greenwich, and so anything here would be east of it, so it's to the east 30 and north 60. So you have it right there, St. Petersburg. 7, what time is it in New Orleans when it is 10 p.m. on Monday in St. Petersburg? So we're looking at what time in New Orleans versus St. Petersburg. So straight up, you know one thing, this is the 0, Greenwich, and so anything that's going east of Greenwich would be a later date than anything west of it. So clearly it has to be later, it has to be earlier, because we're going down to New Orleans, so it has to be earlier than the 10 p.m. in St. Petersburg. It has to be earlier. So it's 10 p.m. in St. Petersburg on Monday, so therefore it has to be earlier. So it cannot be A or B, because that's later, that's Sunday. And so the answer is D, 2 p.m. on Monday. 2 p.m. on Monday. So we get that. You have to go back, and so by the time you reach New Orleans, you would have counted down the 8 hours or so. Alright, so it's 2 p.m. on Monday. So you know the gap between this and this would be a 2-hour gap, because in the middle would be 15. So between this and this is 2 hours. Between this and the other 30 would have been another 2, and then between this and the 60 would have been another 2, and then it's a 90, so that's another 2. So that's how we get the 8. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, that's how we get the 8. You would have started here 2, at 30 is here 4, 6, 8. So that's how we get the 8-hour difference. And it's earlier, so therefore that's the best answer right there. All right, number 8, the direction of the prime meridian from New Orleans is, answer is A, east. So you have New Orleans is the prime meridian right here, and so you're looking at From New Orleans, it would be, of course, east. Going this way is east. All right, number 9 to 10 refers to the sketch map below. So the question asks, number 9, what is the type of slope XY? And so, of course, the answer is B, scarp. All right, and then you have number 10, the approximate gradient of line AB is, and so the best answer here is C, 1 in 4. And of course, you get that by, first and foremost, you have to know how to find the gradient. And so it is the vertical height over the horizontal distance. And so the vertical height is very simple. From here to there, you have 120 and you have 70. So you minus that, and you should get around 50. All right, because the top is 120. This year that the B is on is 70. Minus that, you get about 50. And then you take that 50, and you have to take the measurement between these two using the paper, scrap paper, mark it off, put it on the scale right here. Remember, the scale is in kilometers, but the height is in meters, so you have to convert. So you put it here too, you get about 2,000 meters. And so when you divide the 50 by the 2,000, you get, the 2,000 by the 50, you would get the close to 40. Alright, so the best answer here is C. Number 11 and 12 refers to the following map extract of Black River area in Jamaica. And so question 11, on the map extract, the feature label X, and you have the grid reference right here, is and so we have X, and it's pointing. See, the arrow is pointing. You have to look carefully. The arrow is pointing right here. That's where the arrow is pointing. And so the answer is A, confluence. That's where two rivers meet. All right, you see the rivers in here, where different amount of rivers meet. So you have 1, 2, and they're meeting right there, and so you have your confluence right there. Number 12, the general direction of the flow of the Black River is south-southwest. All right, this is the Black River right here, and so it's south-southwest, right into the Black River Bay. All right, number 13 and to 15 refers to the following graph, which shows the percentage of total population employed in agriculture in 1950 and 2000 in some Caribbean territories. And so I want to know if you can read this graph, this histogram, and see if you understand what's going on. So let's see what number 13 asks. Which country had the largest percentage decline in people employed in agriculture? And so we're looking at C, Dominican Republic, and you can see it right here, Dominican Republic. In the 1950s, it was all the way up to about over 70%, maybe about 73, 74. And then in 2000, and in 1950, it was about what? About 18% or something like that. And so they had the largest decline, moving from 1950, which was all the way over 70, to 2000, which is about 16-17% right there. Number 14, in 2000, the country with the lowest percentage of people employed in the agricultural sector is C, Puerto Rico. How do we know that? Because we look at 2000 and Puerto Rico, it's way down here. All right, way down here. That's about what? 1 to 2% right there. All right, number 15. In which countries did employment in agriculture decline by more than 40% of the population over the period that they are looking at? And so the answer here is D, the Dominican Republic, Guadeloupe, and Martinique. So you're looking at Dominican Republic, Guadeloupe, and Martinique. All right, so those are the biggest declines. All right, 16 refers to the following map of the continent of Africa. As you can see, the shaded area on the map is best described as the tropics. All right, so the tropics. Which of the following statements about lines of latitude is true? And so the answer here is D. They represent the angular distance north and south of the equator. Number 18 and 19 refers to these diagrams. Our graph, which shows rainfall conditions 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so the question 18 asks, under which conditions would the flow of a river vary mostly from season to season? And so the best answer here is B, 1 and 3, 1 and 3. And so you see 1 and 3 because those are the most sporadic rainfall recorded. The others can see a little more consistency, but these ones are just totally sporadic. All right, number 19. Under which of the conditions is the greatest variation in rainfall? And so the answer is A, 1 only, and you can see that. All right, up, down, none at all, so one only. Even here have some wind, but here none at all, a little bit, a lot, in between. So the answer is A, one only. More maps again. Number 20 to 21. The feature found at T on the map are, and so you have to read your key, of course. Alright, you read your key and you see T right there. And so the answer is A bay and a beach, because you see sand, right? That's what T represents. So it's a bay and a beach right there. Alright, number 21. The contour sketch from point R to point X would look like. So you have point R to point X. Alright, R to X would look like. And so the best answer here is C, where you start going up, you plateau off, and you go down. Alright, so that's the best answer right there, C. And they say from R to X, and so you see that you're on different contours. Alright, X is on a lower contour, and so that's the best answer there. Alright, number 21, 22, 23, we first saw the following rainfall temperature graph, and we saw this before. Alright, number 22, the annual rainfall, the annual range of temperature is approximately, and so we look at B, 12 degrees Celsius, 12 degrees Celsius. Look at the approximate, so it's 12 degrees, about just above right here. Alright, then we have, which of the following statement is true? And the answer is A, the hottest months of the year are also the driest. And you can see that with the hottest months, the temperature is right here. Alright, so the hottest months are over here. You have the lowest rainfall right there. And so those are also some of the hottest months, as you can see from the diagram. Number 24 refers to the following population density map of Trinidad. You have the key right here, and so you read the key and follow. Which of the following statement is true according to the population density map of Trinidad? And so you have D, the northwest is densely populated. The northwest, you have the northwest, which is here. All of these comprise the northwest, and so it's densely populated. Then you have 25 referred to this diagram right here. 25 refers to the following block diagram, which shows the wave patterns of an earthquake along a fault and 4 points labeled W, X, Y, and Z. So which of the points in the diagram represents the focus? Which represents the focus? And of course, you have Y representing the focus. C, Y representing the focus. 26, which of the following statement is not true of all volcanoes? And the answer here is A, the eruptions are violent. Okay, all eruptions are not violent. Some of them just spew out a little lava. It's not always violent. 27, when magma emerges on the surface, it may lead to the formation of, and of course, lava. D, lava flows. 28, potholes will tend to form on the bed of a river if the river has a, and the answer is B, high volume and flow over a steep gradient. High volume and flows over a steep gradient. 29, as one climb a mountain, the surrounding temperature decreases. As you climb a mountain higher and higher, the temperature gets colder and colder, so it decreases. 30, how does vegetation contribute to the development of soil? And the answer is C, it decomposes to form humus. 31, the slow downhill movement of debris and soil under the influence of gravity may best be described as B, soil creep. Soil creep. 32 refers to the following diagram. Which of the following weather conditions is not shown in the diagram above? And the answer is A, rain shadow on the leeward side. Rain shadow on the leeward side. 33, the main difference between weathering and erosion relates to the A, removal of materials. Removal of materials. 34, sorry. What is the correct order of stages in the development of hurricane? And so we have, of course, 34D, tropical disturbance, then a depression, then a tropical storm, and then the last one is a hurricane. Alright, so it ends with a hurricane. 35, fold mountains form where crustal plates move, and the answer here is B, towards each other. So fold mountains form where crustal plates move, B, towards each other. 36, which of the following phrases define exfoliation? And so we have A, the peeling off of the outer layers of the rocks. Alright, the peeling off of the outer layer of the rocks. Just like when you exfoliate your skin, remove dead cells. Alright, 37 refers to the following diagram. In the diagram, X represents, and the answer is A, percolation. That's when the water is going down, seeping down, percolation. 38 refers to the following diagram. The dotted line represents, the dotted line right here represents, and the answer is C, the watershed. The watershed. 39, which of the following statements explain why some areas in the Caribbean territories are sparsely settled. And so you have some options right here. 1, they are hilly and forested. 2, they have no mineral resources. And 3, transport links are generally poor. And so the best answer is B. 1, they are hilly and forested. And 3, transport links are generally poor. So 40, which of the following conditions is not likely to result from the setting up of secondary manufacturing industry in the Caribbean? And so the answer here is B, reduced cost of living. 41, rapid urbanization in the Caribbean countries usually results in, and the answer is A, housing shortages in the cities. 42 and 43 refers to the following sketch. Which of the following features best explain the location of the urban center in the sketch map? And so you have some options here. The presence of a flatland. Number 2, the nearness to the mountains. 3, the presence of a natural harbor. And so the answer is 1 and 2, which is B, the presence of flatlands and the presence of a natural harbor. Alright. Number 43, which direction is the town most likely to expand? And so the answer here is east. A, to the east. So that's this way, because of all the land that's available and a little bit of buildings and those kind of things. Alright, number 44, which of the following factors is the most important in the location of primary industries? And the answer is D, raw materials. You have to be close to the raw materials. 45, algae nourished by water enrich the nutrients grow in abundance over the corals, causing them to die. The situation described above can be resulted from, and the answer is D, sewage discharge. 46, which of the following features exert the greatest influence on tourism in the Caribbean? And so the answer here is A, the climate, sand, beach, climate, A. Now 47 refers to the following diagram, which shows 4 locations labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Based on the diagram, at which of the following locations is an urban center most likely to be found? And the answer here is 2. Alright, B, 2. Alright, so let's move on. And of course, that's because you don't want anybody located where minerals are being extracted. And of course, you have the sea and the beach and the pier. So that's normally a more urbanized area, the township. 48, which of the following condition is not a problem affecting industrial development in the Caribbean? And the answer is D, quantity of raw materials. 49, which of the following circumstances are challenges to peasant farmers in the Caribbean? And so you have options here: lack of capital, then you have lack of crop variety, and then you have soil erosion. And so the best answer is B, which is 1 and 3, lack of capital and soil erosion. Most farms are on a hillside. 50, the total output from peasant farms is often low because B, holdings are very small. 51, which of the following practices may harm the marine environment in the Caribbean? And so you have options here: zoning of marine activities, harvesting of coral formation for souvenirs, or 3, discharging sewage and industrial waste along the shore. And so the answer here is clear: C, harvesting coral formation for souvenirs and discharging sewage. So that's C, 2 and 3. 52, which of the following situation contributes most to pollution of the environment of capital cities in CARICOM countries? And so the answer here is D, the discharge of exhaust fumes from motor vehicles. 53, which of the following is a form of air pollution? And of course the answer here is A, smog. Smog is a form of air pollution. 54, which of the following practices may help to eliminate problems of pollution created by organic household waste? And so the answer here is C, burying and covering with dirt. 55, harmful gases, liquids, and solids which affect the earth and its inhabitants are examples of pollutants. B, pollutants. 56. Which of the following features indicate unhealthy coral reef? And the answer is D. Extensive areas of bright white coral. Extensive area of bright white coral. 57 to 58 refers to the following diagram showing a series of consequences from tropical deforestation. And so you have tropical deforestation, great overland flow, then you have something missing, and then soil erosion. So what is missing? Flooding. So the answer is A, flooding. 58, which of the following consequences can result from tropical deforestation? And the answer is B, the loss of flora, cutting down the trees, so the loss of trees. 59, the flooding can be prevented by, and you have some options here: planting vegetation, of course; 2, creating reserves for trees; and 3, clearing vegetation on slopes. So let's see, the best answer here would be A, 1 and 2, which is planting vegetation, and 2, creating reserve for trees. Alright, 60, which of the following actions can be used to reduce the emission of greenhouse gases? And so you have some options: 1, increased use of chlorofluorocarbons, and so that's CFCs; or 2, increased use of solar power; or 3, reduction in the use of fossil fuels. And so the answer here is 2 and 3, which is C, increased use of solar power and reduction in the use of fossil fuels. Alright, so that's it for this May-June 2015 CSEC Geography Paper 1. Alright, so you know what to do now. You like the video. If you learn something, you like it, you subscribe to help the channel to grow, and you also share with your friends, and you click the bell to know when Learn SKN would have dropped another video. Alright, so thanks for watching, thanks for listening.